Hi, my name is Emily and I am the User Services Librarian here at VCSU. My role on campus is to be the #1 person that you can go to help you with finding your sources, knowing how to do your research, and citing your sources. So this guide is intended to cover how to find books, how to find articles, and how to cite your sources in the class Art 211. This video in particular is going to be focused on books. The second video over will be focused on articles, and then the final video on this guide will be focused on citing those sources in MLA. But as I go through things, if you ever have any questions about anything I talk about or something that I don't talk about that you need help with in terms of finding sources, citing your sources, finding images as well, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email, and I can help out. So what you can see on the screen here is our library website. So this is where you want to go to find your resources. Whenever you are looking for sources, you want to go to the library website instead of going to Google or blogs or just the internet in general, because what you find on the library website is going to be much more reliable and trustworthy than what you were to find just on the internet in general. So because this video is going to be focused on books, I am going to start with how to find books. So when you get to the library website, a lot of students tend to think that if they search in this bar right here, they're going to get what they're looking for. That's not wrong, but it's not right at the same time. If you are going to this bar here, you're going to get way too much because it's the search everything tab. So it searches every resource type we have at the library. So you're going to get books and articles, but you'll also be getting streaming videos and images and newspaper articles and maps and every type of resource that we have at the library. But if you go straight to the Books Plus tab and then go to the advanced search, that way you can control what you're searching, and you can control also the resource types that you are going to be getting. So from here, you want to make sure library catalog is selected, and then under material types, books are selected. So then we're only going to be getting books. So for the purpose of these research tutorials, I'm going to be using the author Winslow Homer, just to show you examples on how to find your resources. So when you have your topic, you want to enter it in the search term here. So I'm going to put Winslow Homer. If you had other search terms as well, say Winslow Homer interpretation. So if you're looking for resources that are interpreting his artwork, you could put in interpretation in the second bar down, or Winslow Homer reception or influence, different search terms. You could put that in there, but I like to start with just kind of a general search and then narrow it down from there if I find that I'm getting too many results. And when you go to the library catalog tab up here, you're going to just be saving yourself time because you're going to be cutting out a lot of results that aren't going to be relevant to what you're searching. So we have Winslow Homer books, and we have 13 results here, which is actually a pretty good number to have. So these 13 books are either going to be ebooks that the library has and that you can access online, or books that the library has physically in our building. If you are off campus and you need books that we do physically have in our building, you can request for us to mail them to you. But if you have, if you're on campus, it's easiest and quickest just to come into the library to get it. So from here, we can scroll down our list and see the books that we have. So when we find a book that we want, so say this first one here, we can just click on the title here, and it will tell us a bit of information about the book. So it will tell us where the book is located. So this number right here is the address, you could think of where the book is located in the library. And then if you are on campus and can come and grab it, I would just either take a screenshot of the number or write it down on a scrap of paper and then come into the library to pick it up. But if you are not on campus and you need to request for us to get it, you would just need to sign in. And you would sign in here similar to how you would sign in for Blackboard or Campus Connections or anything like that. And then once you've signed in, you can then click on that request button and choose your pickup date. But you can also choose under a comment if you want the book shipped to you. So once you do your search, I always recommend not just using the first resource that you find, but play around and take a look at other resources. And so we have 13 books here that are talking about Winslow Homer. And so take a look and see which ones maybe there might be one better that's down further on the list that you want to use instead of that first one there. All the books on a similar topic are going to be on the shelf together too. So if you do come into the library to pick it up, another helpful way of finding books is just to take a look on the shelves around you to see what else is out there that that may not be coming up in the search. So that is finding books. It's pretty simple. It's a lot simpler than finding articles. But I do want to highlight one other library resource that we have that can help in finding books. So the difference between books and articles is books are going to give you more of a broad overview of a topic, whereas articles are going to be more pinpointed and focused on a very specific approach to the topic or a certain type of analysis of a certain one of Winslow Homer's paintings or something to do with his history, reception or analysis or something along those lines. But another helpful way to get broad overview background information on a certain artist or a certain art piece or a certain topic at all would be to use our database on reference resources. So that database is called Credo Reference. So if you go to the database tab here and click on this link to view the entire list of databases, you just want to go down to C because it's in alphabetical order, and then go to find Credo Reference. And so this is basically a database full of reference resources. And so what a reference resource is a dictionary, encyclopedia, handbook, resources like that, which are going to give you kind of a definition of that topic. So let's take a look and see Winslow Homer. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So we can scroll down here, and because this is a database of different reference resources, you can see here that different entries come from different encyclopedias or handbooks or dictionaries. And then you can also see the word count below telling you how long the entry is. And so then if you click on the title, then you'll be brought to kind of a short biography on the artist, which is a really helpful way of finding background information and history about the artist if you're looking for that sort of thing. And that is Credo Reference. You can also search art pieces on here or like for instance here, this one right here is an entry on an art piece, and it'll tell you the information about the art piece and then the actual art piece. And so this is another good way of finding resources and images, as well as the links that are on this page for finding images too. If there is ever a book that you need to use that you've heard referenced by your professor that you think would be helpful, or you have seen it discussed in other resources that you're reading that you think would be helpful, but we don't have it, there is a way to get books from other libraries just shipped to this library, and then if you're on campus, we can then ship it to you. So if we go back to the Books Plus tab and do the same search we did before, Homer, under Library Catalog and Search. So we have we need to do material types, books. So we have our 13 results that we had before. But then under here we have Library Catalog selected. But if we change that to all Odin libraries, these are all other academic libraries in North Dakota. So then we went from 13 to 92 books. And then from here, we can find one that we want. So say you want this one, Coming Away, Winslow Homer in England. You can click on the title, and then it's very similar to how you would be requesting the book for us to ship it to you, but you would just click on resource sharing, and then all the information's filled out. You just need to click send request, and then we'll have that book shipped to our library, and we'll let you know when it's here to be picked up. And then in the next video, when we'll be talking about how to find articles, there's also a way that I'll show you on how to do the same sort of process to get articles that we don't have from other libraries. So that, in a quick nutshell, is finding books through the VCSU library. I hope you take a look at the next video over, which will be talking about finding articles, because it's always good to have a combination of different types of resources when doing your research.